today.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Gets around him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. They run again with Walker. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he's able to take it across. Midfield before going out of bounds. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Barker. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Niners at 11-1 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. You talk about this Seahawk defense. Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the 49ers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Graves looking middle, and that's complete. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Graves. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play there for the Niners. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. Touchdown number 20 on the year. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Now a dump off here complete, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Graves. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw. Graves. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visiting Niners who won that ball game, so they'll look to make it a clean sweep here at home in Santa Clara. Caught left side by Hilton. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. They'll look to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Graves. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throw out wide to Walker. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 9 yards that time.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. So, well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Graves. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. "21 yards. Well done on the return." And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. They run on 1st down with Jackson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Jackson will score. Touchdown, 49ers. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, Graves, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. A big play there for the Niners. 45 yards. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First target, first catch, and a first down. Back to throw again. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that was...
He's got a man. Complete. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Graves.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Graves.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Throwing on 1st down. Graves. And he's got his big tight end here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Graves. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Now the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big third down play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
and they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Operating from the gun, Graves. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They go play action here on 1st down. This complete to Langford. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So the victory here for San Francisco.
And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for San Francisco, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11.